this is part 41 of Ocarina of Time 3D, and this part we finished up the Fire Temple by getting the boss key and taking on Volvagia. Then we're going to start off with kind of correcting some mistakes that we've had in the past commentaries.
Yes, we are.
In the last one, I talked about like rescuing that Goron. We saw him earlier in the switch room. No, I was actually incorrect on that, as there was only a hallway. Yeah. So we obviously saw that Goron when we were going through the hallway just a little bit earlier in the Major Room, I believe.
It was between the two halves.
Yeah, between the two halves,
Well,
Ray, go ahead and correct you yourself.
I will admit to my mistakes as well. I am man enough to fess up. It is the Flare Dancer, not the Flame Dancer.
We went back and forth between flare and flame and fire. Yeah, we had 3 of them. So.
It is actually the Flare
I actually
Dancer.
felt good on that one. You know what? Like on our other commentary we talked about where I messed up the special crop, I didn't want to mess up bad again on the Fire Temple, so I made sure I was writing everything down correctly today.
Well, either way,
now these torch slugs right here, I don't know, man. They just seem like they're not really a scary enemy. Like they don't really cause that much damage. So
and they're tedious. They take like 4 hits to kill.
Yeah, well, jump attack makes it with the hammer. Now I do like that the hammer flips them over. I do think that is a very cool concept right there.
And I'm glad, like at the very beginning of this part, we hit that giant platform and fell.
The pillar. Oh, yes. I totally missed that.
Yes.
Well, we're here talking away.
We're thinking about our prior screw-ups.
Yeah. So, yes.
But it was cool to finally come back to the very entrance room of the game, and like there was the statues and pillars in that entrance room.
I love I love the entrance room, just the look of it, and just like you walk in, it has that staircase you see going up, and we actually see that in another dungeon later on that I really like. Obviously, if I like it in one part, I'm going to like it in the other. So,
and I think it's kind of cool. Like you saw us all the way back in part 1, be in the tile room with the like. And the room we were just in was basically just totally identical to it.
And so is the Flare Dancer that we get right here. So, you know, that's one thing I'm never big on is too many bosses.
Me too.
I don't know, I guess I just like a simple structure of, hey, dungeon, mini boss, you know, usually get the item, and then a regular boss. So I don't know really, like at the end of games, like we had those like dungeons that are kind of like, you know, the final dungeon that's combining everything into one.
Then
it's okay right there, but like right here I was kind of like, do we really need them twice? I don't know.
Or they could have changed it up a little bit. Just make you use the hammer or something.
No, that's the thing. Like, well, usually you get the. I just don't think it was necessary because
it wasn't.
Usually we don't have the weapon for the mini boss, so
that's true.
You know, you usually don't use it as a strategy. So I don't know. I got that Flare Dancer right there. I do like it, but I just didn't think 2 was necessary.
I agree. One thing I liked about the Flare Dancer that I forgot to mention when we were arguing about his name the first time we fought him, each time he comes out of the fire, he's a different color. The first time he came out, he had red flames. The second time he came out, he had blue flames.
I never noticed that.
Oh, dude, it's kind of cool. And then the third time, he has the green flames. It's just a really cool effect. That, I mean, it doesn't change the fight at all. But it's cool to see him, like, changing, I guess, changing form, changing color.
It's just cool, like, you know, that, like, with us being, like, 2 people here and stuff, like, there's a lot of times that we'll see stuff that the other person doesn't know.
Absolutely.
I think it's so cool, to actually notice those things because I never thought about that. And I think there's a lot of people listening that never knew that. It's like both of us bring, like, those points.
We do.
Throughout our commentary. So just, basically, I'm trying to tell you that we're awesome.
Yeah.
And you should watch more of our videos.
Well, it's funny. I mean, we mention this from time to time, how we've played through these games. Time, and especially the older ones, time and time again, and we still catch things here and there.
Yeah, that we never noticed.
Like going back and commentating this just brings back those points.
And there's those statues right there with like the fire in their mouths and everything.
Love them.
Don't know how they keep those. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop myself right there. I about said something stupid. I almost said I don't know how they keep those lit in a fire temple. Duh, it's a fire temple. They probably light themselves.
I'm just so glad that we've
love that design on the door, by the way.
Love
Did you see that design on the door?
Oh, what? Yes.
It kind of looked like a dragon, obviously.
It did. So. And just like the fact that we saw that boss door at the very beginning of the dungeon, and we're finally getting to it, like.
And we saw the boss key was also the boss key right there. You go out that door, and you're back in the entrance room.
I mean, the whole dungeon was basically just a quest to free Gorons.
Look at the kind of fire at the bottom of that platform.
Oh,
you see right there, like kind of like floating,
red.
more red at the bottom. I don't know if we got that in the original, but it looked cool right there.
Speaking of looking cool, I think Volvagia is a cool-looking boss. He's a fun fight. And he also, like, looking at him, if you've played Twilight Princess, you can kind of see like a little bit of the inspiration for
Star-Lord.
For Argarok, the other dragon.
Oh, I was close. We just had a theory video talking about Star-Lord and Volvagia, so I thought that's kind of where you were going with that.
Well, I was more thinking just the flying dragon idea.
I do agree with you right there.
Yeah.
I think he looks more like Star-Lord, but like the face,
yeah,
I think resembles Star-Lord. And you know, Star-Lord was like in the scene. I always kind of thought of him. Like his facial structures look like a dragon, in my opinion.
Because all we had was a skeleton in that.
Yeah, but like the Volvagia, I think this is one of those bosses. As soon as it came out, I was like, wow, the 3D remake really done him good.
I mean, because like the red like running all the way down his back, and like the way he moves through the air, so smooth.
Yeah, he's silky smooth right there. I mean, it's a player right there.
It just looks awesome. It's a fun fight, but you kind of brought this up. Like, I agree. If you're a flying dragon, why would you ever play whack-a-mole?
Yeah, I just hate that. Like, yeah, you have a fire-breathing dragon, flying fire-breathing dragon, and he put him on the ground as really the main part of the boss fight. Although he does, as you can see right here, fly. Now, one thing I didn't like about the 3D remake is that I thought Volvagia was smaller.
He looks smaller.
He just doesn't look that big in this one.
I agree. Like, I feel like his body should either be like longer or thicker or like something to make him look more intimidating. You know, make the jokes you want to right there. But I will say, here in a minute, like, you get a camera angle where he's coming right at you.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Fire, and I thought it was going to be right there. That's why I said it. But it's a really great effect that we get out of it.
You know what really bothers me is his hair wave. I do not understand his hair wave and why he does it. It just I mean, I guess it's obviously to hurt you, but I think he can actually, like, I don't think it actually hurts you.
I don't think so either.
I think he swings it and it kind of just goes right through you, really. So
because we stand right there.
Dude, you're a fire-breathing dragon, and the first thing you do when you come out of a hole is whip your hair. Do you nay-nay too?
Maybe it's just in his eyes. Maybe it's just in his eyes. He's got to flip it back.
Volvagia invented the whip and nay-nay.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a real song title, but he came up with it in 1998.
I feel like I've kind of been bashing this boss a little bit. Another thing I don't like is you only use the hammer to hit him the first time.
Yeah, you kind of break it. I guess you break his face.
I guess.
Like, you don't really see it that well, but yeah, you can.
But then you use your sword after that.
Well, I think you can actually. Can you use the hammer?
You can keep using the hammer, but I think your jump attack with the sword does more
jump
damage.
Attacks are awesome. For me, like, I'm kind of agree with you. Like, I think it is a good boss.
It is. We bashed him a little bit, and I'm sorry for that.
I think in our boss ranking, we put him pretty high, based a lot on visual effects.
Oh, definitely.
But he's really not that hard of a boss. Now,
he isn't.
You know, if you're as good as players as we are, none of these bosses are really that hard. But he really is a simpler boss later on in the game.
Well, speaking of that visual effect, I love the effect when he dies and falls apart there. But now that
you know what, you get all of them. This wraps up part 41 of Ocarina of Time 3D, and it also wraps up the Fire Temple.